So I'm looking at something interesting, which is the Isha Foundation, ishasadguru.org website. And obviously, I'm looking at these programs, right? There's beginner-friendly programs. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like when you play a video game and you're playing like a RPG, or not an RPG, but like a game that like an RPG. Like you level up your character. Like I'm gonna put this skill points into this, and I'm gonna put these skill points into that. That's kind of what I see these programs like. There's the Internet Engineering program that has Shamavi Mahamudra Kriya, and you gain a certain level of benefit from that, right? You gain a certain level of benefit, and I'm underestimating like a certain level of benefit. It's probably more than I can comprehend because I haven't gotten done yet. But then there's like Baba Spandana, I think it is. Baba Spandana, I think it's called. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not from the language. But and that is like supposed to be like a deep experiential experience. And then there's Shunya, which I was seeing right now, is Shunya meditations. And so these are all local. I don't know if you can do it in Tennessee, because I know he has a place in Tennessee, but probably not. They're probably all local to India, which makes sense because these are like these are like strong practices that you can't just like give to a normal, like you can't just like facilitate it like buying food. Like you need to, it's like a little 4-day thing, like let's blast them off with this type of practice. But I'm not done reading all of them. But one thing I can see though is that like what I wanted to say was like it's like a game essentially. Like you treat yourself like an RPG character, and like you're leveling up skill points to the game. So like I give myself Shambhavi Mahamudra, do it for like 1 to 2 times a day for like a whole year, maybe twice a day. But like the initial 40 days, do it like once a day, and then like you start getting comfortable with it, you do it like twice a day. The thing is though, for these advanced practices, you need to be able to sit for 2 hours and 30 minutes unmoving. Like this is the thing. Like that is the main issue to it all. It has nothing to do with the ability to focus, the ability to redirect your focus. It has nothing to do with that shit. It has to do with the fact that your body starts to cramp up and put balls in your back. You get like big ass knots in your back and shit, and your hips and your lower back and your buttocks and your glutes, all that shit starts getting these knots because you're sitting down, right? And you can't sit down comfortably for that long. So like that's probably what Hatha yoga is for. So you gotta do some Hatha yoga. You gotta do some Hatha yoga for a year, bro. You gotta get your body flexible and strong so that you can sit down for a whole 2.5 hours. That's it. It's 2.5 hours of unwavering attention and focus. That's what he said. So, but it's kind of cool. So like, I'm gonna do the Shambhavi Mahamudra because I need something. I need like to start like base stats. I need base stats in my spiritual stats. You know what I'm saying? My spiritual stats. You know what I mean? But and then like hopefully I'm not trying to put as much expectations on it, but I am, like hopefully by doing the Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya, that I can get like some transformation in my life, and I can use that tool to like push my life forward so that I can make enough money so I can afford the trip and do Baba Spandana, I think it's called, and basically do all the advanced programs. But I probably have to do Hatha Yoga first. Like I have to learn Hatha Yoga. I'm pretty sure you can learn that in your current, like I can learn that I'm in New Jersey, but there's a place in New York, like I can learn that there. They have a little center there, so. But for like these deep experiential practices, like there's Samyama. I think that's the hardest one. Samyama is like the hardest practice that he has. Yeah. But I heard like when you do that one, like when you do the practice, like you're like you get into like a different level of being, where you're like no longer a casual spiritual seeker. At that point, you're probably not too into like you're probably just living under the foundation, the Isha Foundation, and just helping their movement. That's what you're most likely doing at that level, because all your identity would be completely evaporated. You become just like a blank canvas, and you would probably be used in said guru's like will and direction. That's what I think would happen if you take all those practices. You're gonna lose your like everything you thought that you really wanted. That shit is gonna go away. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't want it to happen. Like I don't want, like, I know it's my ego talking, but yeah, it's my ego. You know, I don't know what the fuck I want, but in terms of, I just want to feel that, like, the high, that high. Yeah, I'm in it for the experience. I want to feel that bliss. I want to feel that high. I want to feel a different level. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what he's talking about, but we're gonna see. I'm very interested in this. I've always been fascinated in this, but I only consume information. I don't have an actual legit strict practice besides the Miracle of Mind app and a couple pranayamas and stretches and asanas that I do, which is working. It works for me, but it's not deep enough in terms of clearing my blocks. Like when I do my practices, I do it every day. When I do it, it works. It's good, but there's still a need to fight and pick myself up, you know, to do stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's cool. Skill points, whatever. That's all I have to say. Like, let me add these skill points in and let's get it, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun, you know? Anyways, yeah.